Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures, and today it's time for some weekly painting progress. And this week was a busy one. Despite that, we did manage to paint a couple things. So first off is this random Reaper Bones figure that I believe came from Bones 3 or 4. I'm not 100% sure. She's got a really high Widow's Peak, and I tried to paint her up like Wonder Woman, and I don't think I succeeded, but she's done and she looks alright. She gets the job done. I honestly don't know who she is and where she came from. I remember pulling this out, I'm like, I don't remember which Bones Kickstarter she came from. So, she's done, and along with that we have this weird Naga thing, and the colors did not come out the way they looked when I had actually just painted it. So those eyes are looking super goofy. And it does have a face mask, and it doesn't look as bad on camera, but in person, the silvers are all just splotchy as hell. So that's going to have to get fixed up big time. I'm not happy with the results on this one. I'm going to go back and fix this up. So hopefully we'll show it off again. The eyes, I'm not liking. It looks goofy. We'll try it again. I thought it looked better when I first painted it. Set those to the side. Next up, the first of my Splintered Fangs. He was kind of our test subject, and I went with a very generic, plain paint scheme for him. Nothing fancy, nothing spectacular, but they've been sitting there, and he's actually been about 95% finished for the last month, literally the last month, and I finally just said, screw it, let's get it done. We're done enough, and we'll move forward. So, oh crap, I just realized I didn't even paint the handles of his shield. Damn it. Oh well. Okay. Now that I said that, everybody's going to focus on it. So I better take care of that. And there's a nice little sprue scar on his little poison vial there. But otherwise, it's okay. It's done. It gives me at least a test bed to figure out where I want to go next with the rest of the warband. So that's good. And here's a funny one. So this guy is the Undermire Chief, and he comes to us from Privateer. He is part of the Minions line. And funny thing is, I've never done a video on him. Well, actually, I have. I have done a video on him. I've just never posted it. It's been sitting in the queue since at least August, and here it is almost the end of October. So I figure, you know what, it's probably time to post it. I figure I'll go take a picture of him. The thing is, I didn't take a decent thumbnail at the time when I recorded the video. And it's like a lot of those videos are always with my hands in the way for the thumbnails. And I've been trying to go back and change all that slowly but surely. Anyway, he is the victim of that. Him and Baron Wormtongue. And the funny thing is neither this guy or Baron Wormtongue even show up on the Privateer website, which is really bizarre. So I'll try to put up that video and a photo, since both models are painted now. It was him and the Baron, and they are the frogs that Privateer doesn't seem to want to let you to know about. So we'll put them up. So whopping 4 figures, right? Well, wrong. Let me give you a little hint of what else got painted this week. It's a base. And what does that base belong to? Well, it belongs to the King of Ecstasy. So this is a rather large, and I do mean rather large, and let's see if I can get the whole freaking dude on the screen. Sort of, kind of, and not exactly. Jeez, your head's so freaking tall, guy. Anyway, so this is the King of Ecstasy. He is from Creature Caster, and why in the world I went with a yellow and black scheme on his armor, I will never be able to explain. But he is finished. He is definitely finished. There's a couple of spots now that he is finished I want to go back and touch up. I think the red on his cloak is way too similar to the red on his crab claws, and I want to fix that up. I don't like how the skin tones from his neck kind of blend in here. I did a poor job of mixing that together. I wasn't 100% satisfied with his skin tone either. I thought everybody always, goes with a whitish, grayish. I'm going to go with a pinky purple color. Why, I don't know. Anyway, it was originally just the contrast colors, and it did not come out anywhere close to the way I was envisioning it to. But, it kind of works. It kind of works with the weird pinkness. And I mean, it's very Slaneshi in its vibe anyway, so yeah, it works. I had a horrible time getting his sword to stay on. Even though I pinned it, it kept popping off. So in the end, I cheated, and I just kind of glued it as 2 contact points. I glued it right here on his hip armor as well as where the pin is. I've got a pin in here as well for his flail. I don't trust it. I'm not a big fan of long, thin, narrow parts with heavy bits at the end, but it is what it is. I am happy I got it done. This guy was a major setback for me just in terms of actually getting it done. I kept wanting to start it and I never would. You can see there's a lot going on, and I kept thinking I should do something with all of his kind of ritualistic scars he's got going on there, but I didn't. I tried to paint all the faces on these skulls. Some came out better than others. Some you can't even see now because the arms are in the way. I've debated about doing something with the tongues on the armor as well. I haven't yet. I know it looks like I missed a bunch of spots there on his cloak, loincloth, whatever, but that's actually just the holes that were actually molded on there. I did get all those little pieces of armor. I don't even think you can see it very well. And they all are in yellow for the most part, which was just a wonderfully fun experience of having to paint and repaint and go back and paint once more. So yeah, give me your thoughts. Should I go back and do all the tongues? I'm thinking like in a pink color, but it's finished. And just to give you guys a good sense of scale of just how big it is, because it's not like, you know, having the models right next to it help enough. That's how big it is. So, if you need a giant demon that is the size of an Imperial Knight, then by all means, this is the model you need. And I'm only putting this on here because I need to make myself get those decals on this knight. I've had this knight for a long time, and it's time. He needs his decals on. So, you get out of here for now. And once again, one more creature caster model down and finished, and I think the results are relatively tabletop decent. I don't know when I'm going to get to use him, but he is finished, and that is a plus. On to bigger and brighter and badder things, I guess. So, if I can get it done, so can you guys, especially considering all the craziness I had going on this weekend with Undokai and Konken tests and all sorts of assorted Japanese stuff here and there and everywhere, but it's finished. So with that said, this is Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, and I am saying see you later. Get that stuff painted, because I know I'm going to. Bye-bye for now.